Up next is the App of the Week segment. This is a segment dedicated to app demonstrations. Should you have an app that you would like to demonstrate for our listeners, feel free to send us the recording of such an app demo to contact us at blindandroidusers.com. And now for this week's episode, here's your App of the Week. Chugging along now, we move on to the App of the Week. And this time, of course, we're talking about that Soundscape that I mentioned earlier on. And here's that little demo of Soundscape. Hi. As we continue with our App of the Week series for episode 244 App of the Week, this is demonstrating a long-awaited app that has been adapted for Android, and I'm talking about the Soundscape app. Soundscape was something that Microsoft developed for iOS, and for a long time we kept asking about it and nothing got done about it until Microsoft discontinued that service on iOS, and now a group from the UK known as the Scottish Tech Army has brought it for Android. And I do want to mention here in passing that this is still in the early access stage, thus some things may not be behaving as expected. And just keep that in mind that this is still at an early access. For today's demonstration, I'll be utilizing my Pixel 9 Pro XL running Android 16 QPR1 and Android Accessibility Suite 16.x. I am on the play page of Soundscape and will now navigate to the About so we hear the description of the app, and thereafter come back to the installation page and tap on that install, and let's get started with soundscaping. Here is the About.
About this app. Heading. Google Play Store. Soundscape. Details. Out of list. Soundscape is a 3D audio navigation app for the blind and visually impaired. Soundscape uses 3D audio technology to help users with visual impairment build a fuller and more complete awareness of urban environments, giving them a richer understanding of where they are and what is around them. This in turn helps them to navigate with greater confidence and more independence. Users can search for destinations and then save markers and route information which they can use to help guide them. As they travel, they will hear a description of upcoming road junctions along with nearby points of interest. App info. Version 0.0.96. Updated on July 29, 2025. Downloads. 100 plus downloads. Download size. 24.24 megabytes. Required OS. Android 11 and up. Offered by Scottish Tech Army.
And that's both the description and the history of the app. I'll now go back though to that installation page and tap on that install.
Play Store. About this app. Install. Button. Pending. Verified by Play Protect. Navigate up. Button. Out of list. Soundscape. 0%. 70%. 86%. 100%. Installing. Thanks for trying out this app before it's released. Alert. Checking for updates for where. Button. Open.
I am done with the installation and now sitting on the open button, and I'll now tap to open the app.
Soundscape. Welcome. Out of list.
First thing we heard was welcome. Putting my finger down.
Navigate with confidence using Soundscape spatial audio.
And
Get started. Button.
get started in the middle toward the bottom, right there in the middle of the phone, and I'll tap here.
Select the language you would like Soundscape to use. You can always change your selection in the app settings.
We're on the next screen now, and this has to do with language selection. I would like to assume that it actually would just go with your system language. However, if that's not the case, then you tap on where it says language and go choose the language that you would like to use it with.
Selected. English. Button.
And we have English selected. So if your language is not showing, you tap here to go find your language. And below that, in the middle of the phone,
Continue. Button.
continue button.
Continue. Button.
We're on the next page and putting my finger near the top.
When navigating with Soundscape, you will be guided by an audio beacon. To do that, Soundscape needs you to enable the following permissions.
And here are the permissions required.
Location services with precise location. This permission is required.
Next.
Notifications. This permission is required.
Next.
Motion and fitness. This permission is required.
And
Continue. Button.
continue in the middle of the phone.
Allow Soundscape to access this device's location. This app stated it may share location data with third parties.
We're now on that permission and moving next.
Selected. Precise. Radio button, 1 of 2. In list, 2 items.
By default, the precise is selected and moving on.
Not selected. Approximate. Radio button, 2 of 2.
And I'm going to tap on while using the app.
While using the app. Button, out of list.
There we go.
Allow Soundscape to send you notifications. Allow. Button.
We now come to the notification, and you guys know that I'm notorious for not wanting notifications of any sort. However, for this one though, since it's a navigational app, I'll let it have that access, because without that, I wouldn't be able to tell when I come to an intersection or when it tells me where to turn. I'll now tap on that allow.
Soundscape. Continue. Button.
We're on the next page and putting my finger near the top.
Listening to Soundscape. Heading.
We heard listen to Soundscape. Moving on down.
Soundscape works great with any pair of headphones. If you would like to use headphones, grab them now.
Moving on next.
If you don't have headphones or would prefer not to use them, that's all right. Soundscape will work with the speakers on your phone.
And next.
Continue. Button.
We have the continue button. I'm doing this recording on my computer with a headset connected to it where my phone is paired to the computer, and I'm believing that I should be able to hear what it says via the computer. So I'll now tap on the continue.
Continue. Button.
We're on the next screen and putting my finger down near the top.
Hear your surroundings. Heading.
We come across hearing our surrounding and moving on.
Soundscape helps you stay aware of where you are and where you're going by calling out roads, intersections, and points of interest as you approach them.
Okay.
Listen to an example of what Soundscape might call out on your next walk.
And
Listen. Button.
I'm going to tap on listen.
Cafe. Main Street goes left. Main Street goes right.
And next.
Continue. Button.
Continue there in the middle of phone, and I tap.
Continue. Button. Disable.
We're on the next screen now, and we heard continue disabled because we haven't enabled some items here, and putting my finger near the top, here's what we got.
Listen to the available audio beacons and select your preference.
We come across a selection of the sounds or the beacons you would like to hear, and here are the items.
This can be changed later in app settings. Not selected. Original. In list.
We have the original. Let's tap here to hear what the original one sounds like.
Selected.
I hope you can hear that. Go ta, 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 ta. Okay, next.
Not selected. Current.
Next one is current.
Selected.
Tan, 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 tan. I think I like this one. Next.
Not selected. Tactile.
Next is tactile and tapping on that.
Selected.
Tap, 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 tap. I don't think I care too much about that one. Next.
Not selected. Flare.
We come across flare, and I'll tap.
Selected.
Reminds you of kindergarten days. That's the flare. Next.
Not selected. Shimmer.
Here's shimmer.
Selected.
Another kindergarten sound also. Wind chimes. Next.
Not selected. Ping.
Here's ping.
Selected.
Moving from ping, we got
Not selected. Drop. Selected.
that's drop. Moving from drop, we got
Not selected. Signal.
signal.
Selected.
Kind of sounds the same to me, just that the pattern's a little bit different. Next.
Not selected. Signal. Slow.
Next.
Not selected. Signal. Very slow.
Next.
Not selected. Mallet.
Let's try this one.
Selected.
Next.
Not selected. Mallet, slow.
Next.
Not selected. Mallet, very slow.
Next
Continue, button, out of list.
is the continue button. I'm going to go back though toward the top and choose that one that I liked. I think that's the current.
Not selected. Current, in list.
There we go.
Selected.
And now toward the bottom in the middle.
Continue, button. Continue, button, disabled.
All right, now we're on the next page and here's what we got.
Your use of Soundscape is subject to the terms of the Scottish Tech Army Services Agreement and the terms set out below. Together, the terms of use.
Next.
You acknowledge that Soundscape 1 is not designed, intended, or made available as a medical device, and 2 is not designed or intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or judgment, and should not be used to replace or as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or judgment. Less than BR, greater than safety notice, less than BR, greater than Soundscape as a navigation aid and should not be used in lieu of mobility skills, being aware of your surroundings, and good judgment. Use caution when navigating your environment as the mapping data incorporated into the Soundscape program is captured from a third-party program, and therefore, there may be limitations with the accuracy of the information presented.
Next.
Accept terms of use. Checkbox.
And we got a checkbox here. I'm going to tap to accept.
Checked.
And below that,
Continue, button.
continue button.
You're all set. Heading.
We heard you're all set and moving on down.
You are ready for your first walk with Soundscape. To try it now, just choose a nearby destination, start the audio beacon, and you'll hear it in the direction of your destination.
And in the middle,
Finish. Button.
we got the finish. I'll tap here.
Soundscape. Menu. Button.
We're in the menu eye of the app, and the first thing we heard was menu, which is found on the top left corner of the phone. And then to the top right corner is
Sleep. Button.
the sleep button. In other words, if you tap here, it's going to pause all the notification or telling you where to turn and all of that. Moving on down,
Edit box. Search. Choose destination.
we have the edit field where you would type in the destination you want to navigate to and find it from the result. Below that, though, we got,
Places nearby. Button. Heading.
we heard a places nearby heading, and these things are arranged across the screen. The next one is
Markers and routes. Button.
markers and routes. Next,
Current location. Button.
current location. Next,
Showing a map created with Map Libre. Scroll by dragging 2 fingers. Zoom by pinching 2 fingers.
next,
Make the map full screen. Button.
and there's a make the map full screen. And below that,
Hear my surroundings. Heading.
we come across Hear My Surrounding. But before we get to that heading, though, let's go back to the top and explore some of these ones that we saw. Let's start, though, with
Places nearby. Button. Heading.
places nearby, and I tap.
Back.
We heard back, and that's on the top left corner, and moving on down,
Places nearby.
we got
All places. In list.
all places,
Public transit. Food and drink. Groceries and convenience stores. Banks and ATMs. Intersection.
and that's the last one there. I live in a very small town, one-horse town, and I'm not sure. Let's try something. See,
Banks and ATMs.
I think we have a community bank. I'm not sure. Let's tap here.
Back. Out of list. Banks and ATMs.
I don't see any, so I'm going to go back.
Menu. Button.
All right, so now let's move to the next heading that I saw, which was
Hear my surroundings. Heading.
Hear My Surrounding. And below that, though, we've got some buttons going from left to right. We got
My location. Button.
My Location and
Around. Me. Button.
Around Me. Let's tap here, see if it sees anything around me.
Holy Rosary Hall, 85 meters. Holy Rosary School, 265 meters. Moxie Elementary School, 440 meters.
As you can hear, it sounds either to the right or to the left. Next, we got
Ahead of me. Button.
ahead of me. So in other words, the street that is up ahead of me. And if I tap here, for example,
There is nothing to call out right now.
Oh, okay, I'm in my house. It better not be. Next,
Nearby. Markers. Button.
we come to the nearby markers, or this would have to do with bookmarks and things like that that you've created. Because if I tap here, nothing happens because I haven't created anything. Let's go back though to the top and tap on that menu there found on the top left corner.
Menu. Button. Navigation menu. Close menu. Button.
The first thing we heard was close menu, and that's there on the top left corner. Moving on down.
Settings. Tab.
We got settings tab, and it's going across the screen. The same thing is true of the following.
Help and tutorials. Tab.
Next.
Rate. Tab.
Next.
About Soundscape. Tab.
Next.
Version 0.0.96.
And that's a button there at the bottom right corner of the phone. That's the last item. Let's go back though and tap on that settings tab.
Settings. Tab. Soundscape. Back. In list.
Tapping on settings, we heard back there on the top left corner. Moving on down, we got
Manage callouts. Heading.
manage the callouts.
On. Allow callouts. Switch.
And if you don't want to hear the callouts, you could turn this off. Next.
On. Places and landmarks. Switch.
You want to hear places and landmarks. Next.
On. Mobility. Switch.
Mobility.
On. Distance to the audio beacon. Switch.
In other words, it will tell you how close you are to that beacon that you've set. Next.
Off. Unnamed roads. Switch.
Unnamed roads. I probably am going to turn this on.
On.
I live in too small of a town. Next.
Manage accessibility. Heading.
We now come across a heading that says Manage Accessibility, and below that, here are the items that we encounter.
On. Use light theme. Switch.
By default, it uses a light theme, and if you want a dark theme, then you tap on this to turn it off, I believe.
Off.
Yep, and now mine is dark theme. Next.
Theme contrast. High.
Next.
Manage audio. Heading.
We come across the management of audio. In other words,
Audio styles. Current.
if you want to change, for example, I chose the current. If I wanted to go and choose the original or the tactile or whatever, the drop, this is where you tap to go make that change. Next.
Voices. Default.
We now come across voices. In other words, the voice that we heard telling me the things around me and all of that, basically the navigational voice. If you want to choose something other than the default that you have, then you tap here to go make that choice. Let's go in here just for giggles, see what we have.
Dialogue. Voices. Out of list.
We're now on the voices page, and starting from the top, here's what we got.
NSX TPF local is choice 1 out of 10. NSX TPF local. In list.
Next.
NSX SFG local is choice 2 out of 10.
Next.
NSX IOB local is choice 3 out of 10. NSX IOB local.
Next.
NSX IOM local is choice 4 out of 10. NSX IOM local.
Next.
NUS language is choice 5 out of 10. NUS language.
Next.
NSX TPD local is choice 6 out of 10. NSX TPD local.
Next.
NSX MSM00013 local is choice 7 out of 10. NSX MSM00013 local.
Next.
NSX IOG local is choice 8 out of 10. NSX IOG local.
Next.
NSX TPC local is choice 9 out of 10. NSX TPC local.
And
NSX IOL local is choice 10 out of 10. NSX IOL local.
the only thing, though, is that if you tap on any of these, you wouldn't hear what it sounds like. It would be nice if we have like a sample button to the right of each of these. So, for example, if I,
NSX IOG local is choice 8 out of 10. NSX IOG local.
let's say I tap on this one,
Soundscape. Voices. NSX IOG local. In list.
I'm taken to the previous page where I tap on that voices. Moving on next.
Speaking rate.
Next.
36%. Slider.
If you want it faster, just increase that slider. Next.
1.0x.
Next.
Debug settings. Heading.
Next.
Off. Enable recording of travel. Switch.
That's totally up to you if you want to record that. Next.
Off. Enable accessible map styling. Switch.
And that's the last item. Let's go back.
Navigation menu. Settings. Tab. Out of list.
And now I'm going to tap on the back on the top left.
back. Navigation menu, settings, tab, out of list.
And on the right-hand side is
Close navigation menu.
Close Navigation menu.
Soundscape, menu, button.
We're now back in the menu eye. Now, I'm going to try to hear what that voice I chose, which is voice number 8.
Around, me,
So
button.
I'll tap Around Me.
Holy Rosary Hall, 85 meters. Holy Rosary School, 265 meters. Moxie Elementary School, 440 meters.
So definitely for me, I think it's probably going to be voice number 1. I'll figure out which one voice number 1 was. I'm not sure I won this one. But now, though, let's go ahead and take a look on how you go about finding places you want to go to. For example, we move to the top area there in the edit field.
Edit box, search, choose destination.
And I'm going to tap.
Showing English, US QWERTY.
And when it comes to demonstrating these navigational apps, I always use the post office address here in my little town. And I'm going to try that same address, see if I find it. So I'll tap on that voice dictation.
Use voice typing. Microphone in use.
202 East Seattle Avenue.
Voice typing stopped. Use voice typing.
And now, looking at the results,
Editing. 202 East Seattle Avenue. Edit box.
moving
Search.
down,
Windows. Unlabeled. In list. Detected text 186.60 kilometers. 92022 th Avenue East 98,112 Seattle, United States.
it's not seeing the one in my town. It's telling me the one like over 100 miles from here.
Unlabeled. Detected text 186.65 kilometers. Degree 200 to 25th Avenue East 98,112 Seattle, United States. Unlabeled. Detected text 186.75 kilometers. 200 to 24th Avenue East, 98,112 Seattle, United States.
I'm going to scroll down, see if mine is at the bottom.
Unlabeled. Detected text 187.05 kilometers. 92019 th Avenue East, 98,112 Seattle, United States. Unlabeled.
Definitely it's not seeing anything in my little town. So maybe I'm going to change from the address to just calling out the establishment.
Delete. 2 deleted.
Now I'm going to just search for United States Post Office.
Use voice typing. Microphone in use.
United States Post Office.
Voice typing stopped. Use voice typing.
And let's look at what we got.
Editing. United States Post Office. United States Post Office. In list. United States Post Office.
It's not telling me where they are. I'm going to tap on one of them, the first one.
United States Post Office. Cleared text. Back. Out of list. Location details.
And we hear location details.
United States Post Office. 8.85 kilometers.
So that's not the one near me. That's the one in the next town. And below that,
Main Street. 98,939. United States.
it's not even telling me where the address is next.
Start audio beacon.
You could start the audio beacon next.
Save as marker.
You could save it as a marker.
Soundscape Street Preview.
And the Soundscape preview.
Share.
Share.
Showing a map created with Map Libre. Scroll by dragging 2 fingers. Zoom by pinching 2 fingers.
And at the very bottom right corner,
Make the map full screen. Button.
that's the last item that we have. Let's go back. Well, with that, I come to the conclusion of this recording, but before I get out of here, let's go ahead and tap on that sleep found on the top right corner of the phone and hear what the sleep has to do about. Here's the sleep button.
Sleep. Button. Sleeping. Soundscape is currently sleeping. This prevents Soundscape from using location services or downloading data. This conserves battery when you are not using Soundscape. Tap the button below to wake up Soundscape.
And at the bottom
Wake up now. Button.
is the wake up now. If I tap here,
Menu. Button.
I'm back in the menu eye and I heard a little notification sound on my phone. And that concludes a demonstration of the Soundscape for Android, and our thanks to the Scottish Tech Army. Looking forward to having those guys come on to the podcast and talk about it. Thanks for listening. And that's that demo of the Soundscape. John, have you installed the app yet, or you still haven't?
I did install it and I did play around with it. It's a cool little app. You know, it's one of those things you never know what you're missing, right? So it's something I didn't think I would want, but you know, just playing around with it for a little bit, it's really cool. Like when I mentioned I'm going on a trip next week. I'm just gonna have that thing open and just like use it to explore around me while we're like driving and stuff because I mean, it is a really cool concept. And it seems to work pretty decently. I mean, I haven't left the house, but it it told me where things were, and I could tell by uh, when I would turn my phone that the gyroscope or whatever was working correctly. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Have you
So,
used it out and about yet?
yeah, I took it out on a walk on that was Thursday, I believe, and I like it. The one thing though that I would like to see it get corrected. I mean, there's some other issues in there, but especially when you're walking. Let's say I'm walking on Tacoma, that's the street I was using, for example. And so I'm walking along Tacoma and I'm coming up across a street called Anna Clear, and it will say Anna Clear, next in a section or coming up, Anna Clear, and then straight ahead, Tacoma, and then Anna Clear. And then, because I'm kind of like, straight ahead, it kind of would make someone think that that's the next street they're going to come up to. But in reality, the street you're walking on is being referred to as ahead. Yeah. So I think that's kind of a little bit, in my
So
thinking,
it's just the wording of it that
yes,
you
the
think needs
wording
to
is
be
not
adjusted.
correct.
Okay.
I'm looking at Lazarillo. Lazarillo will will tell you, continue on Tacoma, for example,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll say to the right is Anna Claire or whatever. But when you say, ahead is Tacoma, it's kind of a little bit confusing to me. So that's another thing. And Lazarillo, as you come closer to the edge of the where the intersections intersect, where the next street crosses the other one, it'll let you know, even as close as 10 feet or whatever. I didn't see that with Soundscape. So I know this is still in early access and lots of things are yet to be, done properly. But as it is, it's a very good app, and actually one can use
Yeah.
it. The other problem that I had with it was that when I tried to search my local post office, as you can hear on that
Yeah,
demo
I
for
noticed
for
that.
a reason, yeah, it just wasn't finding it. And then I tried to search for my home address or and stuff like that, and I just wasn't finding it. However, when I'm on my street, it tells me I'm on my street. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
didn't notice
it's a
the
work in progress. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't try searching for anything, but I just did like what's nearby, and that seemed to work pretty good for me. Like I just chose food and it showed all the places near me. Of course, I have a lot more places near
There
me
was none
than
in
you
my
have
area. Yeah.
near you, so you couldn't really test that out. Um, but yeah, one thing I noticed I was to see if you figured out a way. Is there a setting where you could change the units? Because for me, everything's in meters, and it's like I don't know meters. Like I want to
No,
know feet and
no.
miles, and I couldn't find
Right
a way to
now,
change it.
yeah, right now they don't have Imperial yet. So this is one of those things that they're going to be working on, but
Yeah,
right now it's only in, metric, meters and kilometers and all of that good stuff.
which
But
makes sense. This thing is still
yeah,
in beta, so
yeah, but being in an early access, I said it's damn good for what it does right now.
yeah,
And I like the little. I'm not a sound person, and
yeah,
the good news though is that one doesn't have to, use the headset if you don't want to use a headset. But if you want that immersive, whatever, then you could use the
yeah.
headset and all of that. But
It
I can
reminds me of
find out
playing a
without it.
video game. I don't know if you've like you ever played like The Last of Us or something, when a game
No.
is actually accessible, what they'll do is they'll have these sounds that they play to let you know where you're supposed to go next, right? So it's kind of a clue as to like move your character this way, and it works the same way where it's stereo. So it's best if you're wearing a headset and you can just turn toward the sound and start walking towards the sound. So it's kind of like playing a video game to get where you want to get.
That's really neat. So, I'm really glad that we have it because it's been a long time, hasn't it, John? Hasn't it been? It's been a long
I don't
time. A
even
lot of
know
people.
how long it's
Yeah,
been on iOS, but
yeah. Well,
Microsoft
it's
gave up
been
on it. I'm glad
there.
they open sourced it so that other people could, bring
Yeah.
it to Android since they weren't going to.
And actually, I think these guys did a very good job because it wasn't that long ago that Microsoft discontinued the app on Apple. I think was that like 2 years ago. Something tells me that was like, or maybe was it 3 years ago? Google will tell us if one asks, but I think it was about 2 years ago or thereabouts that it got discontinued. I remember talking with some lady who started the project. I was doing one research with her, and she had mentioned the fact that it kind of broke her heart when they decided to discontinue it. And this was like over a year ago when I was talking with her. So yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't too long ago when it got discontinued.